Welcome to the best of Swan's Place. Sit back and relive your favorite Swan's Place moments.
I'm thrilled to have Chonda Pierce, second pew, piano side, and have Jeff Silvey with us today. Chonda, we've saved your place right here on piano side, and we're just we try to be sensitive to your needs.
That's very good. You know what though? This is so strange because I got to meet Jeff on the flight on the way here and get to know him, and you two have something in common. Not only are you schizophrenic, but...
Is he schizoid? A little bit schizoid?
You know, because you do this Billy Graham thing.
Well, I do Billy on many occasions.
Okay, close your eyes and listen to this. This is Bill Gaither.
Oh, my soul, Bill Gaither.
I tell you what, Billy, it's good to be with you tonight, okay, bud?
Perfect.
Now listen, Bill, for years and years, I have always wanted to be on one of those videos. And just wonder, could I be on one of those homecoming kind of videos?
I tell you what, how about I preach?
Well, now Franklin is taking over. But if we'll put him on a motorcycle and send him on his way, and we'll let you preach and let me sing, and because I've been a fan of yours for so long.
What song would you sing?
I was thinking about Because He Lives. Didn't you write that? And Gloria just sort of watched you write it. And
I tell you what, since I'm the only one here, I wrote the whole thing.
How many kids you got?
I have two. I have a 13-year-old daughter. Wow. Pray for her. She has something wrong with her shoulders. Every time I walk through the room, she goes,
Listen, I always used to think, John, tell me if this is true. Lord laid this on my heart one night, right after I'd had 2 chicken pot pies. Man, this is a serious moment. But if you were bald in the front, you were a thinker. And if you're bald in the back, you're a lover. And if you're bald in the front and the back, you think you're a lover. His wife Charlotte's gonna get mad at me. John West, man, I appreciate you. You've been going around doing this for a long time. Yeah. I've admired you. This guy mentors the Swan. He's coaching me. He's teaching me. This guy's one of the best.
Thank you.
You've been doing it for a long time, haven't you?
Almost didn't get here tonight.
What happened?
Well, a friend of mine told me to stop at this restaurant outside of town, and I pulled in there and I had on what I got on now. I look pretty good.
You look good.
Walked in there and the maitre said, "You can't come in here because you don't have a tie." I said, "What do you mean I don't have a tie? This is Texas. You got to have a tie." He said, "Well, you can't come in here." Boy, I was ticked off. Went out to the car, couldn't find anything, opened up my trunk. The only thing I could find in there, Swan, were some jumper cables. So I tied those things around my neck and walked back in there, and that guy looked at me and said, "All right, you can come in here, but don't you start anything."
When I was a kid, I took what was called expression lessons. Now, you've really got to be old to know what I'm talking about. They were called elocution and expression lessons, and you learn to project and enunciate.
Well, I think I took those elocutions. I've tried to enunciate for a long time. I've been in drama.
You must have missed the recitals. We all stood up and gave readings. And our parents paid for these lessons.
But it's been paying the bills for you for a while.
Yeah. I went to college, majored in speech and theater, planned to go on Broadway, New York, got married, had 2 kids. The end of it.
And the people that peep, when the preacher says, "I want you to just raise your hands during prayer." How many of you peep? I'm not being nosy. I just want to know how to pray.
Well, I had to look when I was a preacher because, I was the Billy Graham. I had to see if they were raising that hand out there. So I had to sort of look out there.
Oh, would you call my mother up in that voice?
I can't believe you got to be with Billy
Oh,
Graham.
just call my mother up in that voice and tell her your
So
daughter's
listen,
wonderful.
we love Chonda. We love Chonda. And we were praying for Chonda just the other night. And I said, Lord, will she go to heaven? He said, yes. And I said, why? And he said, she's never reached the age of accountability.
That was just a word. I don't know if that's a word of knowledge or what that was, but I got that.
I'm not sure either. Indigestion, I'm thinking.
Oh, and you're a preacher's kid and
I
all
am.
that, but you're a mama.
I am. And you know, people I think believe I sometimes might poke fun at growing up in church, but when you become a mother, you will draw from all those things you thought, when I get children, I'll never do that. Let me tell you, I drag my kids to church every time that door is open because my mother did it for me, and I'm living proof of the verse that says, train your children up in the ways.
Well, you know, it doesn't. It don't hurt them.
That's right. And plus, there
It
are
hasn't
some...
affected you or me, any. We're normal.
It's going to terrify the world.
Start making them think twice about going into the ministry. I've got a little ADD son. Have you dealt with any of that?
Yeah, well, I did make that prayer. You know how you pray for patience, tolerance, love, and understanding, and all of a sudden the Lord sends you 2 ADD kids. You know, it's not what I had in mind, you know? Yeah, boy, ADD. I love that, too, attention deficit disorder. You know, it's a cool name. At least it means he has short attention span. They had a different name for it when we were kids. I was OLT, obnoxious little twit. Teacher just dragged me out and throw me against a locker, you know. You're going to call your mom. No, I'll straighten up.
They would always tell me, the teachers, they were going to say, you're going to be my helper this year.
Yeah.
I went, been there, done that. Did that every year. And you're going to sit next to my desk. I did that every year.
Yeah.
In college, I sat next to my teacher.
Yeah.
And what was bad in graduate school, I sat right next to her, you know, as she wrote things out for me. But how'd you do in school? I mean, school come easy to you?
No, I read one of those things, one of those psychology books where they describe roles in families. Familiar with this? One of them was the comedic role, the comedian, the good-natured child, always bringing humor to the family.
Amen.
Said you got to watch out because those are the kids that get the worst beatings till they get their timing down. You know. You don't want to be running into the storm going, "Hey, I got a good one for you, Dad." Well, maybe next week.
Oh, man, I'm dying. I love it.
You like my button? Says I beat anorexia. I got it in permanent remission, dude. I ain't worried about it coming back, then. You're supposed to be interviewing me, not live in here. I'll interview you. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm okay. Oh, and you're the president of the Bubbas of America.
Yes, I am. We have, IRS audited us last month, and we have somewhere between 12 and 40,000 members. No, we do have. Bubba means...
I mean, really, you do have...
Yeah,
I mean, you've got
we have over 40,000 members in an organization dedicated to Bubbadom everywhere.
Hey,
we have
do
males
I
and
have
females.
potential? Do I have potential?
No, you're already there. You just been sucking it in. I like his coat, too. It looks like the seat covers off a 47 Plymouth I used to have. That's an ugly coat now, I gotta tell you.
My mother-in-law gave me. I'm in trouble now. He's right over there, buddy.
Oh, I see her. She's the one doing this. No, Bubba means Bubba United Building Better Americans. And 1-800-BE-BUBBA, it's a real phone number. If you went to school in Vermont, that's 232-8222.
Hey.
But it's a scholarship program. That's what Bubba means. Bubba's United Building Better Americans. And we give scholarships to people who finish school and everything. I finished in 65. I didn't graduate, but I did finish.